Guys, today we're here looking at my 10mm collection. I have 5 beautiful 10mm here, and we're gonna look at each one individually. Hey you, hand over those guns. Whoa, can I help you? Yeah, no, I said you. Is that a Ruger LCP2 in 380? No, this is a gun. This is definitely a gun. That's not a gun. This is a gun. Dude, that's a sweet gun, bro. I'm sorry, man. You can keep the Ruger. I'm out of here, dude. Sorry, man. I'm not gonna lie, that was a little weird. Anyways, let's get on with the video. We have our Glock 20 here in 10mm, and this is the #1 gun in our 10mm collection. This is the first gun that I ever got. Let's pop a few rounds through her. I mean, what can you say? Beautiful gun. I've done a video on this one before, so I'm not going to get too into this gun. 15 round capacity of 10mm. Hard to beat. Very hard to beat. Let's move on to the next one. Next is my Smith & Wesson 1066 in 10mm. This has a 4-inch barrel. This is part of the series of guns from 1990 to 1995 that were made for the FBI following the '86 Florida FBI shooting. This gun here I have never fired before. I purchased it used. It has the decocker. This one does not have the exposed hammer, but it's a pretty fine example of a 1066. And let's go ahead and put a few rounds through it. That first round really threw me off, man. That's a very light trigger on the single action. Very light trigger. I forgot to mention on the 1066, they only produced 5,067 units ever. So, somewhat of a rare pistol. Really, really cool. Happy that I have it in my collection. Bought it probably 8 months ago, and yes, those were the first rounds through it. That leads us to our next pistol. That was the 1066. This is the 1006. I have featured this one on the channel before. This one similar gun, but a 5-inch barrel instead of a 4-inch barrel. And it has the exposed hammer. And they made 26,978 units of this particular gun. So let's go ahead and give this one a whirl. Oh, it didn't lock the slide back on that one. Did not lock the slide back on that one. That was kind of different, but great firing gun. Very happy with it. The cocker's nice. This one is a really nice shooting gun. These are when guns were guns, man. Can you imagine pistol whipping somebody with this back in the FBI days in the 80s and 90s? Well, this would have been the 90s. Do a lot more damage than hitting them with a Glock. Next gun is the Kimber TLE RL2. TLE standing for Tactical Law Enforcement. This has a 5¼ inch barrel. This has also been featured on the channel before. Really nice gun, 1911 in 10mm. Have your accessory rail. What more can I say? It's a Kimber. The skeletonized trigger and hammer. Beautiful gun. G2 grips. Ooh, we had a failure to feed. Okay. No, she was just hung up a little bit. .10mm is my favorite caliber now. Ever since I started firing a 10mm, it is my favorite caliber. I just think it's awesome, man. It's a good mixture of power, recoil. It's got great penetration. Obviously, we've discussed they use it in hog hunting, and you just can't go wrong with a 10mm. Well, that brings up our final 10mm handgun for the day. The Remington R1 Hunter. 1911 6-inch barrel and slide. Beautiful gun, all blacked out. Adjustable trigger. You can adjust it down to just right around 4 pounds, I believe. Accessory rail. Really cool gun, man. Pulling this bad boy out in a concealed carry situation like you saw earlier, when somebody comes at you with a little 380 and you pull this bad boy out to return fire, this will get it done. A little tough getting the mag in there. This one's been featured on the channel before too. All right, Let's do this. This one's an 8+ round capacity. Really nice gun. Really enjoy shooting this gun. Since it's my first time shooting the 1066, we're gonna put a few more rounds through it. This is a 9+1 capacity. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. In a single stack, that's pretty good for 10mm. It's definitely a smooth shooter. I don't know if I care for the, you know, shaved hammer. I kind of like the exposed. I've noticed that some people do switch out the hammer and put the exposed hammer like on the 1006. That may be something that I do at some point. Both the 1006 and the 1066 that I've shown you today have Hogue grips on them. I do have the original Smith & Wesson grips, but they're like a really hard plastic. Pretty uncomfortable. The Hogue grips, they're one piece as well. Or actually, they're not one piece. They kind of seem like they are, but they do meet in the middle here. Just so much more comfortable than the traditional grips. We're using some Armscore 10mm. 180 grain full metal jacket. Sorry about that. Let's load up a few more rounds. Don't worry, it's not the Chinese virus. Just a little tickle in the throat. Let's load up a few more rounds here. And we'll do another mag and see how she goes. Well guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed my 10mm collection. 5 10mm in all. I would like to get a Glock 29 at some point. If you guys know of any 10mm out there, you know, that are just super cool that I need to know about, definitely hit me up in the comments. If you know of, I'm trying to figure out what is the smallest 10mm that they've ever produced. Is it the Glock 29? I mean, I don't know, you know, I doubt it, but I'm trying to figure out what is the smallest 10mm. Like if they made a 10mm the size of a shield, if that exists, I want it. So if you guys know anything about that as well, let me know, hit me up in the comments. I also want to dedicate this video to John Henschel and David Lyons, 2 Arkansas guys that are out there watching. Also, please check out a couple YouTube channels. Center Mass, it's a very good channel, good guy. And then Security 29, who I've mentioned before, has changed his channel name to Rescue 29. And if you wouldn't mind checking out Rescue 29 as well, that would be great. As always, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Hope you're all doing safe. Let's hope 2021 is better than 2020, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.